What's up everyone, this is VideoBox here, and this is the next installment of card discussions. Today I want to talk about this card called Tatsunoko, which is a secret rare from Clash of Rebellions. Now normally when you talk about Tatsunoko, you normally think of this.
Tatsunoko vs Capcom!
The Japanese logo even has the little seahorse in it, which is actually pretty cool. But even though it's not the secret you'd like to pull in Clash of Rebellions, it actually does have some merits to it. Now, the reason I want to talk about this card is because I feel like it can be useful in the Synchron Extreme deck that's going to come out at the end of the month. I'll put a link in the description for the product. Now onto the stats of the card. So Tatsunoko is a worm / synchro / tuner / effect monster. It's a water attribute level 3 with 1700 attack and 500 defense, which are actually pretty decent stats for a level 3 monster. And it's made with one tuner monster plus one or more non-tuner monsters. And its effect reads, if the synchro summon monster would be used as a synchro material, one monster in your hand can be used as one of the other synchro materials. And its continuous effect is unaffected by other monsters' effects. Now, in synchro-based decks, this is actually where the card can shine. Since it's a level 3 synchro tuner, chances are it's going to be used in a combination with other cards for a bigger play. Although there's a lot of examples that you can come up with, especially with more coming with the Synchron deck coming out. Here's an example utilizing Tatsunoko's effect using Performages and Junk Synchron. Okay, so for the sake of making a big play, let's just say that I'm going second in this duel. I have nothing in grave, and I have these 6 cards in my hand, which is 1-for-1, a Foolish Burial, Performage Trick Clown, Performage Damage Juggler, a Doppel Warrior, and a Junk Synchron. So in this combo, my goal is to get Trishula and Shooting Quasar Dragon out on the field using these 6 cards only. So first off, I'll activate 1-for-1, I'll discard Performage Trick Clown, I'll special summon a Glow Bulb from my deck, so this is in the grave, and now because Trick Clown was sent to the graveyard, I get to special summon a Performage from my graveyard, and I take 1000 damage. So naturally I'll pick itself. So I'm down 1000 life points, which is fine. So now I'll go ahead and synchro a Glow Bulb and Trick Clown to make Tech Genis Hyper Librarian, which is a key card in any synchro-based deck. So now I'll use my normal summon on Junk Synchron, targeting the Glow Bulb in the graveyard, special summon that, and then since Bulb was special summoned from the graveyard, I can trigger Doppel Warrior's effect, special summon itself. Now, normally I can use Junk Synchron and Doppel to go into level 5, but you can think a lot bigger with this. So I'm going to synchro summon Glow Bulb and Doppel Warrior into the Tatsunoko right here. So now a couple things will happen here. Doppel Warrior's effect will activate, and as will Tech Genis Hyper Librarian's effect. So doing the channeling backwards, I'll get the Doppel tokens first, and then Tech Genis Hyper Librarian will let me draw a card. Keep in mind in this example, I'm going to be ignoring the cards that I draw from the deck, just to make a point here. So now, I'm going to utilize Tatsunoko's effect, which allows me to synchro summon using one monster in my hand in addition to other stuff on the field. So I'm going to use Tatsunoko, the Damage Juggler in my hand, and the 2 Doppel tokens to synchro into level 9. So these will go away, and then I'm going to make a Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier. So now Trishula's effect and Hyper Librarian's effect activates. So Trishula will banish a card from my opponent's hand, field, and graveyard, and then Librarian will let me draw a card from my deck. So I now have 2. Next, I'll use the last initial card in my hand, which is Foolish Burial, and I'll use it to send Level Eater to the graveyard. Next, I'll use Level Eater's effect. I get to eat off a level of a level 5 or higher monster, and I special summon it from the graveyard. So I'll eat off of Tech Genis Hyper Librarian to special summon itself in defense mode. So now Tech Genis Hyper Librarian's level is 4. Next, because I haven't used Glow Bulb's actual effect yet, I'll go ahead and use that now. So I'll send a card from the top of my deck to the graveyard, and I'll special summon it right now in defense mode. So now what I'll do is I'll synchro Glow Bulb and Level Eater to the graveyard for Formula Synchron. So again, multiple effects activate at the same time. Librarian will draw one, and Formula Synchron will draw one. So there's 2 more cards for me right there. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and banish Damage Juggler from my graveyard to add another Perform Edge monster from my deck to my hand. And this time I'll add Perform Edge Hat Tricker. So that's something I can search out from the deck. Now, since I meet the requirements for Hat Tricker, I'll proceed to special summon it from my hand. And then I'll Synchro Summon Junk Synchron and Hat Tricker to the graveyard. And then I'll make Archetype Magician, just in case the opponent has other cards on the field that I can't get rid of. So I get my 2 spell counters, and then Librarian will help me draw 1 more card again. Let's say Archetype Magician uses its 2 spell counters, I destroy 2 cards. That's all fine and dandy. So now the last thing I need to do is level 8 off of Archetype Magician to make it level 6. I'm making an attack mode this time. So now Archetype Magician is now level 6. And now I'll synchro Formula, the level 6 Archetype Magician, and the level 4 Tech Genesis Hyper Librarian. Let's go to the grave, and then I make Shooting Quasar Dragon. So from those 6 cards that I initially started out with, I now have 3 in the field and 5 in the hand. So in addition to getting rid of opponent's threats, I now have a full hand and 2 boss monsters. And to think that this combo was made possible because of Tatsunoko, which is actually pretty cool if you think about it. Alright, so there's one last thing I want to talk about with Tatsunoko, which is its other effect, where it's unaffected by their monster effects. Now for the sake of example, I'm going to use Scrap Dragon in this example, and with Scrap Dragon's effect, you can target 1 card you control, 1 card the opponent controls, and destroy them. But with Tatsunoko, you can target it with Scrap Dragon, but because it's not affected by monster effects, only your opponent's card will be destroyed. So essentially you get to take advantage of Tatsunoko's effect, and you destroy an opponent's card for free. Now I know there's many other examples you can come up with, but overall, if you guys felt like I've missed anything regarding this card, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more updates. And until next time, this is my card discussion on Tatsunoko, and peace out guys.